In ancient cultures, long before church and colonization, queerness wasn't shamed. It wasn't even taboo. Egypt, Mesopotamia, Greece, and indigenous communities around the world, gender fluidity, sacred union, and same-sex love were seen as natural and divine.
Oh, really? You didn't think I was going to fact check this? Homosexuality was celebrated in Egypt? Then why does Papyrus Chester BD1 show Seth trying to dominate Horus through a homosexual act? Horus blocks him, then humiliates Seth in return. The scene isn't romantic, it's political humiliation, reinforcing that in Egyptian culture, being the passive partner was degrading. In Mesopotamia, same-sex acts show up in pagan temple rituals. The Middle Assyrian law circa 1075 BC addressed male-to-male intercourse, but not to affirm it, to shame it. Robert A.J. Gagnon notes laws 19 and 20 treated the passive partner as dishonored, with penalties like castration for the penetrator, showing that no self-respecting man would take the passive role. In Greece, philosophers like Plato criticized homosexual behavior, recommending laws against it. Paul in Romans 1 addresses a Greco-Roman world where such acts were known, but still seen by moralists as against nature. Egypt and Mesopotamia linked male-male sex to humiliation or pagan rituals. Greece structured it socially, but still debated it. Scripture's sexual ethics stood apart. It rejected both exploitative but consensual but hierarchical same-sex acts, rooting morality in God's creation design, not cultural status games. The idea that ancient cultures widely accepted homosexuality just isn't supported by the evidence, only by your feelings.
So what changed? A system that needed clear-cut lines, man versus woman, gender roles, order.
Boom, and there it is, order. If we don't have order, what's the opposite? Chaos. And that's exactly what would happen in a world where there is no objective morality and people like yourself can define love any way you want to.
So what changed? A system that needed clear-cut lines, man versus woman, gender roles, order, hierarchy, obedience, because people who live in love outside the box are a threat to systems that depend on control.
Human-made systems can absolutely use morality as a control mechanism. History is full of examples. But biblical morality doesn't originate with kings, governments, or religious elites. It comes from God as creator. The order he sets is woven into creation, marriage, family, justice, truth, and it isn't dependent on who's in political power. Romans 13 and Genesis 1 and 2 show that God's moral design existed before human governments or hierarchies. The Bible doesn't pit love against moral boundaries. It defines love through them. Love outside the box that God has given isn't simply different, it's destructive because it ignores the purpose and limits built into his creation. Like a fire, inside the fireplace, it warms the home, but outside, it burns it down. God's commands aren't meant to keep people from joy, but to keep joy from being destroyed by sin.